Hey Duck fans, Kurt here. Welcome to yet another FishDuck one-on-one video podcast. Now every week we talk to outside experts or former Oregon student athletes, and every now and then we feature one of our own, and that's what we're doing this week. We're talking to Josh Schlichter. Now if you check on FishDuck often, you certainly know this guy's face. He started with us as simply a message board forum moderator and quickly built his way into doing videos for us, and now he's also writing for FishDuck. Keep in mind, he's also a full-time student at the University of Oregon, so quite a full slate we have going on with you. How are you doing, Josh?
I'm doing great. Just finished up my first year at Oregon and loved every minute of it, so home for the summer. Can't wait to get back to football season, really.
Finals are all done. It's gotta just, stretch back, relax.
Exactly.
But not for you, because we have you hard at work on the site. We have lots of great things coming up for the site. We're really excited about it. Josh is in the middle of all of it. And the reason why I wanted to kind of feature you was that not only have you been a student on campus, not only have you been involved in FishDuckcom, but you're also involved in the Casanova Center. So you've been in the belly of the beast, watching everything from the inside, in the midst of your freshman year being, I think on paper, the greatest year athletically in the history of the University of Oregon. So as an incoming student, what was it like being able to sit through, being inside the machine in the midst of every week some great new thing happening, the greatest year in Oregon sports history?
It was pretty unbelievable. It's just from the very beginning, getting to campus early to catch the Nevada game, and being a UCLA fan in my entire life, I've never seen anything like Oregon football up close like that. So, you know, immediately you get a new sense of accomplishment in the program. Everybody loves the Ducks, and seeing that sense of community is something you don't see here or anywhere basically on the Pac-12 like you see at Oregon. Mm-hmm. So being involved in the athletic department and being involved in FishDuck, as well as being a freshman on campus, was pretty I got lucky, I'm assuming, because I've never, no athletic department has this amount of success in a single year.
I don't think there's a single program in the entire country that had that kind of success as a whole. The entirety of the program. So what was it like working in the midst of the Casanova Center in the most successful all-around athletic program in the country?
Lots of media requests. It's they want to be here. Eugene's now the center of media and in the Pac-12, so it's amazing. The athletic department works in a way, like unlike any other business. It's a well-oiled machine. From football to every sport has tremendous SIDs. They love their sports and they work hard, and it was a really cool experience being inside of that and understanding the process that you need to do just for interviews alone, and all the little technicalities that have to go with that, and understanding that we were in so many postseason situations and seeing all the NC2A tournaments that I got to go to, and the Rose Bowls and all that amazing stuff that we got to do this year. It's an extended season, so it's been awesome to see all those extra proceedings that you probably would never see, let alone just in revenue sports, let alone the rest of the stuff that goes on campus. And so it's pretty amazing, and I got lucky, honestly. That's what happened. Yeah.
You got spoiled, man. Because I don't see how Oregon can go any. I mean, how do you possibly do better than what they did in 2011, 2012?
It's not impossible. I guess you got to win a bunch of national championships. Just double your numbers right now, I guess.
So it's 4 national championships this upcoming year or bust. Okay, we got it direct from Schlichter. So we launched FishDuckcom in August of last year. And when we started this site, some people know this, we thought of it as just kind of going to be a glorified blog for Charles and I. We didn't know quite what we were doing. Oh man, has it grown from there. Yes. And you've been a part of that almost from the get-go, but it's kind of interesting how you got involved with it. Take people through how you ended up being a part of FishDuck.
I started my blogging career, I guess, on SB Nation's platforms, BruinsNation.com, as well as Addicted to Quack, and I happened to post a link of cut-ups about Oregon's new offense in the national championship game. And some guy named Charles Fisher decided to email me and ask me for some footage, and one thing led to another, and eventually he told me about the launching of FishDuck, and he wondered if I would want to help out with the the form of moderation. And I said I'd be more than interested in helping out in any way I could. And so eventually I sent him a couple of my articles that I'd written out for Bruins Nation, videos and stuff like that I had done. And he asked me to start making videos. And so I made a couple of videos for the opponent previews. And then this off season, he asked me if I wanted to write, because I had also had the ability, I guess, to write, or apparently I do. And I just started writing and getting better every week, thanks to Kurt here. And it's a lot of fun, and everything's just getting better and better. And FishDuck is becoming exponentially bigger. And I just remember when it was something to park our stuff, I guess, just to put our articles and videos, I guess. So, and now it's turning into a pretty big deal. I'm going to go ahead and say that it's a big deal now.
Yeah, we're working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. We're real excited to show people. We can't talk about just yet, but Josh is deeply involved in all of it. So when you came on board, what was interesting was that you're doing a lot of analysis of opponents, whereas most websites, they kind of focus on their team, and certainly we do that a lot on FishDuck, but you really took the time to dissect all of the opponents on the football field. And I gotta say, just from a fan perspective, the Pac-12 this upcoming year, from the coaching personalities and the variety of schemes, I don't think there's a more entertaining conference. I mean, I want to see Mike Leach and Chip Kelly in the same room. I don't care what they're doing. Staring contest. Fine. It would probably be pay-per-view, must-see TV. To have all these different schemes and coaching styles and just personalities. I mean, we're already spoiled being Duck fans, but from the guy that we rely on to analyze opposing teams, how much are you just licking your chops at this upcoming season?
I cannot wait to get into air raid and some more stuff from Noel Mazzone, and of course Rich Rodriguez. Each one of those offenses is unique on its own, and then we have the traditional offenses that really, again, none of this stuff's really been covered too much in depth. So it's just been so much fun to learn more about football. That's kind of what it boiled down to, is learning more about the sport. And it's gonna be awesome this off season. I plan on doing some stuff on the air raid, pretty in-depth stuff with that. And looking down the line, there's going to be, I get to analyze Gus Malzahn too, and a bunch of other stuff that just schematically is going to be awesome to watch around here.
Absolutely. Well, there's 4 new coaches. That's a third of the entire conference.
Yeah.
Brand new coaches, brand new schemes, and it's different schemes too between Graham and Mora and Rodriguez and Leach. That's touching about as many different styles of football as is out there, and now it's all new systems that Oregon has to prep for. So we're glad that we have you on the team to break all of them down. Is it just a foregone conclusion, you think, that Oregon is Pac-12 North champions, or is Stanford and Washington still looming dangerous? I mean, I don't think we have to discuss the Beavers as a possibility in the mix, but...
Yeah, I definitely think that Mike Leach will be surprising this year. He's going to win more games than everybody expects him to, just because he's had enough time to scout the Pac-12 now, or whatever. He's been able to have enough time to recuperate his thoughts about his offense, and he's going to be bringing a new form of the air raid to Washington State. That's already seen in his spring game footage. He's bringing something brand new that no one's ever seen before, technically, but mostly pistol looks and stuff like that. But Mike Leach is going to be kind of scary because the game's on a neutral site, and it's going to be on national TV, of course, and that's kind of a trap game. Not too much of a concern because Oregon's going to be able to outscore them. But the games against Washington and Stanford are especially scary because Washington's getting better, and whether everybody wants to deny that or not, they're getting better slowly. They're not as good as the Ducks, I can tell that right up front, but they're getting better, and looking forward to a potential SC game a little bit. Maybe I think it's the next week. Maybe it's kind of interesting because there's a chance that Washington has the talent to knock off Oregon this year, and as much as I hate to say that, but yeah, Stanford, they're going to be able to run the ball a lot better than everybody thinks they will be because they just keep on bringing so many offensive linemen in. But Stanford is not so much of a scare as I think Washington is, but they're just, if Chip Kelly's team can not overlook too much and just go out there and play their game, they'll win every game on their schedule up to the SC game. where that's kind of a toss-up. But
Right.
they should win every game in my opinion. But I said, of course, the SE game is a toss-up, but they should win every game.
The new players that are coming in, what do you anticipate as far as innovations or differences schematically that Oregon is doing both offensively and defensively versus what we've recently seen?
Well, I think the defense is going to be much like what you've seen, except a lot polished, or more polished than what we've seen in recent years. This is obviously one of the best defenses to ever come to Oregon, in my opinion. So a lot of talent on every level, and I expect the defense to be a strength of the team, unlike where maybe it wasn't in national perspective. But they should be a huge part of Oregon's potential BCS run. Because they have a defense that can compete with the SECs and the USC and all those kind of things. They have a national caliber defense. On offense, I see the next phase in Chip Kelly's offense, and that includes a much more dynamic downfield passing game, a lot more using the quarterback in the run. I don't know if it was Chip's decision to not have him pull the ball more often, or that was Darren's, but they're going to be running the ball a lot more from the quarterback spot because they're both excellent at the zone reads, and I expect them to be throwing the ball a lot more and making this offense that the defenses have scouted for LaMichael, who's a tremendous inside and outside runner. They're going to be focusing a lot more on the run than everybody wants them to, and that's going to give Mariota a lot of time, or Bennett a lot of time to throw the ball and get ready for the Pac-12 defenses. So I think that we're going to see a lot more passing and a lot more. I guess it's not even hard. It's like impossible to say more big plays from the Oregon offense. Like you'll see more.
Where do you see the quarterback battle playing out?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say the cliche and then go past that. But it's not a hard decision for Chip Kelly. He has two amazing quarterbacks that are going to be able to carry the team to really high levels. But what kind of is going to be the main factor is who's going to be better at keeping the team cool and collected and efficient in their offense, and who can run the no huddle, who can rally the troops behind him if they need to get a drive in or something like that. So who has the intangibles, because both of them are tremendous passers, both of them are tremendous runners, and it's not a hard decision for Chip because he's got two guys he's not losing any sleep over this. That's the cliche. But I see that the quarterback battle kind of going to whoever has the intangibles, who can get the guys on their side. From what we've heard, they're really cool and calm and collected guys, and they understand the system very well. So it doesn't matter who's coming out. And it might even come to the point where, hey, one of them is not working out, throw the other one in, not miss a beat. That's been the case at least last year. What's going to have to come down to the Arkansas State game and the games leading up to the Pac-12 is where you're going to find out who's got the better reins on the team. And if I had to pick one, I'd pick Mariota just because I like him. I like the way that he throws the ball, and I like the way that he keeps himself going. But if you want to look at game experience and the ability to run the ball and definitely have a pretty good downfield passing game, you're looking right at Bennett. So there's not much room between them, but I'd like to see Mariota play, and that would be my decision.
So, you've experienced 1 year at the University of Oregon, being a California kid, spend a year up in Eugene, work inside the athletic department, get involved with FishDuckcom, create videos, write articles. What can we expect from year two, man?
Year two? Wow, I mean, I definitely have something, a lot of stuff working with FishDuck. And, I'm getting settled in Eugene and absolutely love it there. And year two is getting involved more in the journalism program as well. And, stuff like getting really involved in school, and then also with FishDuck, and continuing to enjoy the experience at college, especially in the athletic department. So it's just I can't wait to get back almost. It's going to be a great experience here at the University of Oregon. Anybody that's potentially a Duck wants to come here. I can't stress enough. It doesn't rain as bad as they say, first of all, and it's a great experience. And I've loved it from day one, and I just can't wait to go back now.
Terrific. Well, do you know the countdown of days until football season starts? Are you keeping a running clock?
I was. I don't have my countdown right now. It's way less than everybody thinks it is. So I'm happy for that.
It's coming up quick. Well,
Yeah.
Josh, we appreciate all that you've done with FishDuck.com. You can catch his articles every other Thursday on FishDuck, and keep checking out Tuesdays. Oftentimes, Josh will be featured with analysis videos breaking down both Oregon and Oregon's opponents. So this guy's deeply involved in what you've come to love with FishDuck.com, and we can't thank you enough for all of your work with the site.
Thank you very much for having me on here. I thank you again for all these opportunities.
Awesome. Well, let's do it. Go Ducks.
Go Ducks.